Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. We're going to be talking about Phylicia Rashad's interview with the Breakfast Club. And I took a little bit of time before I even tried to tackle this because I just wanted to look at things and see how things panned out. And I didn't think much of her comments when she made the comment, well, just look at how women dress today with pieces of clothing. And this upset some sisters out there. It upset some women, period, out there. They didn't like that at all. And so they were responding with fury, wanting to cancel Phylicia Rashad because she had made that comment. And so we're going to get into it today, and we're going to be discussing this and playing a little bit of clips and so forth. And I'm going to give you my little take on it, my personal take on it, and how I feel about it. So let's get busy. You're listening to the Hear Me Out podcast with your host, S.W. Griffin. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. Hit the like and subscribe button. Welcome. Listen, I'm going to get right into this and play these clips with Phylicia Rashad and play some responses, and then I'll get back with you. So we're going to get this thing started. Let's get it.
You know, you came up in an era, Miss Rashad, where dignity and grace were everything. So do you ever look at how wild Hollywood is now and you just think to yourself, boy, y'all got it easy. Y'all wouldn't have got away with that in my day.
Yeah, I don't even have to look at Hollywood. I could look at the way young ladies dress.
No, I should have worn some other pants.
You got your
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
elbow, shoulder over here. You want my coat?
The young ladies are so beautiful. Mm-hmm. They're so beautiful. And something has happened in popular culture. Mm. You know, and I don't mean to be critical, and I hope young ladies listening don't take this as personal criticism, because I don't mean it that way. Mm-hmm. But you're young queens, beautiful and smart and brilliant and bright. And it really, I know I'm taken aback when I see on a college campus young women dressed in strips of clothing. Mm. I mean, male instructors don't like it. But more importantly than that, and you'd correct me if I'm wrong, sir, mm-hmm. No man wants his woman to be out like that. Mm. Right?
No, I grew up on Method Man saying wearing 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo. That's what he said.
That's right. But not only that, it's like there's today's designers. I mean, there's ways. You know, there are other things, and I just
leave something to the imagination.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Some things are for my eyes only. You know.
Yep, and like you said, there are ways of being sexy without showing so much.
Oh, please. Yeah. And that's really not sexy.
I mean, one of the most sexiest, most beautiful pictures is you. I forgot what year it was, but you got on like a basketball jersey and like some jeans. You eating some popcorn. That is. Mm-hmm. That's an iconic picture.
Is it the white jersey?
Yes.
That was
that is a beautiful picture. That's like that is the epitome of sexy.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, it's. I think it has to do with. I think it has a lot to do with what they see. Mm-hmm. What they're emulating what they see. Yeah. See, we grew up in a time where the singers. These ladies were dressed down, mm-hmm. darling. Mm. These women, they were wearing robes and gowns and right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's a little different today.
Yeah.
So they're really just emulating what they see.
Mm.
That photo was from 1987.
1987?
Madison Square Garden.
Was it Harlem Globetrotters jersey?
It was, yeah.
You know the picture I'm talking about?
Yes, this one right here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I remember.
What you was doing?
I was there with Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Okay, That clip was a little bit longer than most of the clips that I've seen on the internet on YouTube. And it does give a little bit more content and texture to what she was actually talking about and filled in a lot of blank spaces that I hadn't seen before. Listen, the woman, Phylicia Rashad, is a gracious, elegant woman. She's gracious, smart, intelligent, and elegant. And that is a quality that is missing in today's world. People who are gracious, elegant, and intelligent. And this woman has it all. She's got it all. She was raised right. If you listen to the whole interview, she gives a detailed story of how she grew up, how her parents and grandparents grew up. And she comes from an amazing family. So when she made the statement that just look at how the young ladies dress on campuses today in strips of clothing. She said, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but they're beautiful queens. Now, most of the women ignored that altogether and didn't take anything positive from it except, oh, she's just a pick-me. Well, what the heck is a pick-me? You tell me what the hell a pick-me is. Is a pick-me a woman who's actually got a husband and all the women out there who aren't pick-me's don't have anybody? Because if you're not a pick-me and you don't have a husband and you don't have anybody, then you need to be a pick-me. You need somebody to pick you because the last time I checked, women control access to sex, but men control access to relationships as such as marriage. And if a man isn't asking you to get married, you're just not going to get married. And you may give him sex year after year after year. But if he doesn't see you fit to be marriage material, you're not getting married. He's not buying a ring and dropping to one knee and asking you, will you marry me? It just isn't going to happen if he doesn't think that you're marriage material. Now, there are just men out there who are just players, and that's what they do. They just get women, they get what they want, they get the sex, and they move on. And if the woman wants to keep giving them sex, they'll keep getting the sex. But as a woman, when I was growing up, as a woman had to keep herself chaste. You want some of this, buddy? Then you're going to have to put a ring on my finger because I ain't no slut. I ain't no easy girl. It ain't like that no more. It's not like that. It's not like that. See, I was born in the the 60s and the 70s. And so I come from a family of 12. I got 5 brothers and 6 sisters. So life is different from what it was back then. But as I was growing up, I could gradually see things changing, and it was going from good to bad to worse to terrible to just crazy. It went real fast too. By the time the 80s had hit, it was all downhill. I grew up in a little small town, and by the time I was 13, 14 years old, the girls started getting pregnant in high school. They started getting pregnant. And every summer, the girls would come out with their little babies parading around in the park. The new wave of babies, every summer, the new wave of babies. They be in their little strollers parading around the newborn babies in the park. Oh man, it just went from just unbelievably ridiculous to just crazy in a short span of years. The morality of the country went downhill. Now, if I see a woman out and she has on shorts so short that her butt cheeks, her ass cheeks are hanging out the shorts and you can see them, I won't go near a woman like that. I won't go near a woman like that because to me, she's unruly. She can't be taught anything. She's just not a woman that I want to deal with. A woman that'll walk around with her butt cheeks hanging out in her shorts, buying those shorts and cutting them so short and a V in the back to where her butt cheeks are showing. It says that she's unruly, unteachable, unashamable. She can't be shamed. She doesn't mind being sexualized. See, a lot of women claim I don't like to be sexualized. Well, quit walking around naked. Quit walking around half naked and you won't be sexualized. It kills me that a woman will cry about being sexualized and yet she'll get on OnlyFans and be half naked and do the little girl on girl thing and try to make her a little money on OnlyFans. It just amazes me that a woman will get on YouTube in a video and be half naked and then complain about being sexualized like Angel Reese, the basketball player, did. Oh my God! You're complaining about being sexualized and you're showing half a naked body on YouTube. Give me a break. That's just stupid. That's stupid to the 10th power is what it is. It's stupidity to the 10th power. Give me a break. So you women want to walk around half naked. Men don't like that. And men see you like that and they think you're easy. And you know what? You are. You are. Because if you walk around half naked, why wouldn't you take off the rest of the clothes in private once you get a chance? Why wouldn't you strip butt naked if you walk around half naked? Why wouldn't you strip butt naked in private if you walk around half naked in the view of the public? Can you tell me that? Can you tell? See, I'm going to play another video real fast here. And you're going to listen to a girl that just, because she's going to say some stupid stuff. And she's going to make her argument that, why does everything have to be connected to a man? Why does everything a woman had to be because the man was here first and out of the man the woman was taken? That's why it has to be connected to a man. Because that's the way God created things. And if you're not trying to please your man and trying to honor him and put some clothes on so that you would leave something to the imagination instead of showing all your goodies and everybody know what you look like, what's the point? What's the point? Look, you can take a girl like Jennifer Lopez. I mean, you seen her at the awards half naked with her ass cheeks showing. Now, for the life of me, I don't know why Ben Affleck left Jennifer Garner for J-Lo. I don't get it. Because Jennifer Garner is a beautiful girl and she dresses like a lady. She dresses like a lady. I have never seen Jennifer Garner ever dress provocatively where you could see half her naked body. You could see her ass cheeks. So Jennifer Lopez might as well sing her song. I don't have no hesitations. I don't want no reservations. I don't want to leave nothing to the imagination. I want to show you my rack. I want to show you my ass crack. My big, brown, beautiful ass crack. I don't want you to see me poop. I just want to show you my big, brown dookie shoot. Do it. I've never seen her do that ever. And I pray to God that she doesn't ever do that. Because it's not necessary. And why would I want to leave a woman who dresses modestly and tastefully and yet is beautiful for a woman who will show her ass and show her clit if she could? Because one year she came to the awards and she had a see-through top on and bottom, and she had panties on the bottom, but her titties were showing. You could see the nipples of her titties. Now you tell me, why would a man who had kids by Jennifer Garner divorce her and go marry a woman like Jennifer Lopez? And now, have you ever seen the video of him getting out of the car and go into the car and open the door for her and slamming the door? And walk? That's what you get, buddy. That's what you get for leaving a decent girl to marry the whore, the girl that likes to dress like a whore. Because a woman that dresses like a whore, half naked in public, there's some stuff here that ain't right, and it's immoral. There's some immorality built up in there that ain't coming out, and you ain't getting it out because she's too old. She's in her 50s now, so she's still walking around. Look at my fat brown ass. I got a fat brown ass. Hey, America, look at my ass cheeks. Can you see them? I'm 54 years old, and you look how beautiful my ass cheeks are. What man in his right mind want to go hang out with that and walk around for a woman like that? You gotta have some screws loose too to want to do that. But let's get to the next clip.
No disrespect to Phylicia Rashad, but she is a pick-me also. I already peeped the game when she was riding for Bill Cosby. Why does everything older women say always have to go back to a man? I don't understand that. They need to reprogram their minds. Everything y'all women do because y'all are insecure and y'all care about the public's perception of you. Why is it that anytime older women try to give game to younger women, it always circles back to being about a man? No disrespect to Phylicia Rashad. I respect that lady. I think she's beautiful. She's talented. She's everything. But she is a pick-me also. I already peeped the game when she was riding for Bill Cosby. I don't feel like getting into all of that. She was on the Breakfast Club and she was talking about the way that women dress today. Now, she's entitled to her opinion. That's totally fine. And I was okay with the message until she said, and most importantly, no man wants a woman that dresses whatever way they were talking about.
But more importantly than that, no man wants his woman to be out like that. Right?
Why is that the most important element when it comes to how a woman is dressing? And why don't people understand that not all women date men? There are some women that don't date men. There are a lot of women out here that have opted out of dating entirely and don't care about what a man want to see her in. Why does everything older women say always have to go back to a man? I don't understand that. They need to reprogram their minds. They need to reprogram their minds. Like, it's 2025. We work too hard to have autonomy, to always have to be connected to what a man likes and what a man doesn't like. If y'all constantly keep saying, oh, men don't like when women dress like this, men don't like when women wear their hair like this, wear lashes, wear makeup, this or whatever, and a woman is still doing those things that a man doesn't want, wouldn't that tell you that we don't fucking care? You don't.
Hey, let's check out some things that she said in those clips. First, she said Phylicia Rashad is a pick-me. What is a pick-me? Oh, pick-me, pick-me, pick-me. I want to get married. I want to be a housewife. That's not how it works, but it is what it is. You got to be picked to get married to. A man has to pick you and buy an engagement ring and drop to one knee and ask you to marry him. Now, if you say no, that's okay. He's going to be going on to the next woman. But you don't get married. You can't ask women. You can't ask a man to marry you. That's out of order. That is out of order. Men do the asking. They do the picking. And so if you want to get married one day, you're going to have to become a pick-me. You're going to have to conduct yourself like a decent female. and conduct yourself as you've been raised to be a wife. And then a man of high caliber or not will ask you to marry him, and you will be picked. Listen, up in 1965, 80% of black women had children after marriage. 80%. Now today, in 2025, 80% of all black children are born to unwed mothers. Now, we've seen the videos. Like I said, I seen the video of a woman on the Kendra G show. She had 7 kids by 6 different men, and had the nerve to ask that she wanted a man that made over 400 grand a year to come take care of her and her kids that she had by another man. That is a man of means. He's in the topper 1% of earners. 1%, less than 1%, a tenth of 1%, if he's a black man, of earners. And he's worked hard to get to making 400 grand a year. And he dog show ain't gonna waste his efforts on a woman who couldn't keep her legs closed, who had 7 kids by 6 different men. This woman is delusional. That's how delusional women have gotten today. It's unrealistic. It is delusional to believe that you can lay down with every Tom, Dick, and Harry and have a baby by every one of them, and then think a good guy that's worked hard, went to school. If a man that's making that type of money, he's went to a top-notch educated school. He's got a top-notch education. Okay. He's a doctor, an attorney, a top-tier engineer. He's somebody. And he's working his way up the ladder, and he ain't going to be drugged down by no silly woman who couldn't keep her legs closed, who had 7 kids by 6 different men. That may be mean to some of you people out there listening to it, but those are just the facts. He is a high value man. He is rare. He is rare. He is one of the most rarest people on the planet. And he can pick from in this country or any other country in the world the most beautiful women in the world with no children and start his family clean. So get that thought out of your head. Another thing she was talking about, why does everything older women say goes back to a man? She doesn't understand. Older women need to reprogram their minds. Older women are insecure. She said the same thing twice. She went over that ordeal twice in that clip that I just played. Well, the thing is that older women grew up in an era when they knew that men were the key to their happiness and the key to their success. Men are the ones who bring stability to a woman's life. It goes back to the Bible. When God took the rib out of Adam and made Eve, and he said, he created a helpmeet. A helpmate. What was she created to do? She was created to be by his side to help him fulfill his purpose and destiny. That is when a woman is most happy, when she has a brilliant, successful man that she is behind and helping him succeed. So I don't know where these women get this idea that why does everything have to be tied to a man? Well, God dog it, God created the man first. Then he took the rib out and created the woman. So everything is correct. The man was here first. See, the Bible says this. The Bible says God created man for himself. God created man for himself to have fellowship with him. as a son, as his first creation. God created man for himself, but he created the woman for the man. And if a woman does not have a man and is not helping him to fulfill his purpose and destiny, she is out of place and she is also miserable. You'll see a lot of miserable women out here that got these. I'm a PhD. I got a PhD. I make good money too. Well, men that are successful don't care about your PhD. They just don't. That is not why they choose. That is not how they choose a wife. They choose a wife because she is cooperative, that she can be trusted, that she can work with him, that she knows how to be feminine, fit, and friendly. And that's why a millionaire can walk into a McDonald's or Burger King and see a beautiful girl and say, wow, I'm going to marry her. But a woman that has a PhD that makes 6 figures or more, she'd never marry a guy that works at a Burger King. But men do it all the time because we choose women for different reasons. We choose mates for different reasons. See, men are not hypergamous. We don't operate off the law of hypergamy. We look down and grab and lift up. But women only grab the hand of the man that's already up. He's already up. Ain't no princess is going to marry a guy that works at Burger King. But a king would. A king would marry a woman that worked at Burger King if she's pretty enough and if she's nice enough. If she's fit, friendly, beautiful, and cooperative, he'll make her his queen. But no queen is going to make a man that works at Burger King her king. That's the difference between us. That is the difference, and that's why God created the man first. Now, not all women are hypergamous. Not all women. And the Bible speaks of a woman that was not a hypergamous in the book of Proverbs, the 31st chapter, starting at verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? And it goes to the list of how this woman helped her man, how she took care of her household, how she made clothing, how he trusted her so much that she would buy a field and plant a vineyard in it and sell the fruit, sell the grapes from the vineyard. And how she was always at work, and her lamp went out not by night, but she was up early in the morning making provision for her home. Her children called her blessed, and her husband praised her. See, this whole crazy thing with women today, thinking that they're the prize, and they don't understand what their purpose is, because they've been tricked and duped by a bunch of lies. And then she goes on to say, no disrespect to Phylicia Rashad, is a pick-me. She's a pick-me. Wow. You know, women today don't want to be pick-me. They don't want to be married. They don't want what is good for them. See, women today aren't raised to be wives. They're raised to be men. And no man wants another man. No real man that wants a woman, a feminine woman, wants a woman that acts just like him. Because he's looking at you, lady, gosh, you're turning me off. I mean, you're just a female with a dick. It is what it is. No man wants to marry a female with a penis. Put your dick away, woman. Put it away. Unstrap that thing and put it in a box. And so she goes on to say, why is that most important element to how a woman dresses comes back to a man? Not all women date men. Well, look, of course not all women date men. We got lesbians out there. And we got a lot of women out there that aren't going to ever find a man. Here's some statistics that you need to understand concerning all this. 1 out of every 4 or 5 black women will ever marry. And it's getting worse. It is now up to 1 out of every 5 or 6. And in 10 years from now, it'll be 1 out of every 8 or 9 women, black women will ever marry. See, black women marry at a rate of 25 to 26%. It's down, I think it's down to 25% now. White women marry at a percentage of 54%. So over 50% of white women will marry in their lifetime. And if you look at Asian, Latino women, they marry at around about 58%. And Arab women, I think they have the highest rate, around almost close to 69%. So why are black women at the lowest, at the bottom of the totem pole percentage-wise in marriages? They are the least likely women in the world to ever get married. That's a problem. And it's a problem because it's an attitude problem, because they have a natural, no, I won't say natural, they have a created disdain and hate for black men. They have a disdain and hatred for black men. That's what it is. And so they don't respect black men. Look, here's some statistics that's going to rock your world. In the WNBA, it is 70% black and 30% white and 98% lesbians. And of the black WNBA females, they are almost 99% lesbians. So do you know who has the highest percentage, highest growing percentage of lesbians in their ethnic group? Black women. Black women are the highest growing group of lesbians in any ethnic group. And it will continue to rise because they dislike and hate and have a disdain for black men. It's going to rise. So, you're going to have a growing lesbian population out of the black population because of that simple factor that they don't respect black men. I don't need a man. I don't need this. Well, listen. And I went over this in another video, but it's worth repeating. A lot of black women will say black men ain't shit. That's just the truth. I heard them say it before. I heard a woman say it on Tiffany Cross's podcast. Said she had been married to 2 black men. They were both good men, but we don't like to hear it. Then she just destroyed her whole argument and said, but I don't like hearing these black women come talking about they men, how good they men, because we know those niggas ain't shit. That was her attitude. So how is it that this woman said she had 2 marriages with 2 good black men and they both ended? The only common denominator in those 2 marriages is her and her attitude. That is the common denominator in both of her failed marriages is her. If you've been married 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, the common denominator is you. Elizabeth Taylor was married a lot of times, and the common denominator in all her failed marriages was Elizabeth Taylor. Incapable of bonding with a man. Incapable of being faithful to a man. So you can have it your way. Everything is tied to a man. That's just the way God created it. And this little stupid little lady, I hate to call her that, but she is stupid. Well, everything got to be tied to a man. When it comes to a female, how she dresses tied to a man. How much makeup. We gonna keep doing that stuff. Doesn't that tell you that we don't give a fuck? She said it. They bleeped it out, but that's what she said. Well, you don't. We know you don't give a F. But guess what? You're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone. So if I don't know what breed of dog that you like most, but you better get one. Because you're going to die alone. And there's nobody, I'm not going to shed any tears for you. I'm not going to shed any tears for a woman who thinks that she don't need a man. I'm not shedding no tears. It is what it is. That's my take on it. That's how I see things. And that's the thick of it, as Jar Jar Binks would say. That's the thick of it. With more and more humility. So, God bless, keep the peace, and tell the truth. Because God is truth. He just doesn't know the truth. He just doesn't have the truth. God is truth. The very fiber of God's being is that He is truth. Peace out. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video. You've been listening to the Hear Me Out podcast with your host, S.W. Griffin. Hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. See you next time.